Okay, gang, now we're going to move into an area of where we're changing the format property in our datasheet view. So let's go ahead now and we're going to modify the visit date field property format. So let's go ahead and look at our shutter bar and let's open that. And you'll notice here that the billing table is listed above the visit table in the table section. And that's because by default, objects over here in our pane are listed in alphabetical order, which we would expect. Let's open up our visit table by double clicking on it, and we will see that the visit table is now available in our datasheet view. Let's go back to our navigation pane now, and we're going to click the shutter bar open close button to close the pane so we have more of our visible datasheet here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this formatting that's used in this table. You'll see that our short text type fields such as visit ID, patient ID, as well as reason are all left aligned in these fields. That's by default. Our date time field values here, as you see here with visit date, are all right aligned. And then our check boxes, as in the walk-in field here, are all centered in those fields. That's just their default value. On our ribbon up here, let's go to the Fields tab and click that to make that active. Once we have that, let's click the first field value here in our visit date column to make that active. Once you select that, you will see that the date type option shows that this field is a date time field up here. When using Microsoft Access, the date type option is going to be the general date format for this field. Now take note that the format option here in our formatting group, this is the same as the format property in the field properties pane if we were using design view. Now even though that this is blank and it seems empty, the visit date field has the general date format applied to it. The general date format includes settings for date or time values or a combination of date and time values. But based on the information from our customer, they only want date values in this field. So we need to specify that the short date format is used for this field. So if we look at our format arrow here, we drop down and we do indeed see short date as an option. So select that. Now even though we don't see a change here, the field values do obviously appear unchanged, but the format has been applied. So by making that formatting change, we're going to ensure that only date field values and not time or date time values are going to be allowed when entering new data into this field. Okay, let's do some more modifications here to field size, description, and caption field properties. If we look here in our Views group on the Fields tab, all the way over here to the left, and we can, from this button, change to Design View. If we were in Design View, we could change back to Datasheet View. Let's go ahead and click on Design View. And you can see that does the same thing. It's going down here to the bottom right, but we just have it up here where we're usually working. As you can see by default when we open this, it has our Visit ID field as being selected. And we want to enter a description property value for this field as the primary key for this table. So let's go ahead and tab over to Description. And we will type in primary key for this one. We want to use our F6 button to go down to our field properties area, and we want to change our default value for our field size to a value of 4. We then want to set up our caption field, so we can use our arrow keys or tab to move down to our caption. And let's set that to Visit ID as 2 words. Once you have that completed, let's press F6 again to go back up to the top, or you can use your mouse, whatever the case may be. And we want to make a change to our patient ID field. We want to set that as our foreign key. Go ahead and type that in. Once you have that typed in, press your F6 key again to go down to the bottom, and we want to change this value to a value of 60. I'm sorry, to 5. And we will, of course, set our caption on this one as patient ID with 2 words. Once you have your caption completed, we're going to go back up and we're going to modify our visit date field. For our visit date, we want to add a caption for this of date of visit as 3 individual words. Once you have that completed, we're going to modify our reason field name, so you can go up into there, make that your active field. We're going to change our field size here from 255 to 60. And then we're going to change our caption to reason/diagnosis. So you tab down, use your arrows there, put in reason/diagnosis as the caption. You'll be done with that field. Now we're going to set our caption property for our walk-in field. And we're going to select or type walk-in ? for our caption on here. Once you've got that typed in, I want you to check out the default value here, and you see that that is set to no as default. So every time that you go to a record, the default value when you create a new record is going to be null or no, so that field empty will be cleared out unless you click on that field to add a value of yes. Since we have made a change to this table, let's go ahead and go to the Quick Access toolbar and click the Save button there to make sure we save our changes. You'll notice that when you click the Save button that a dialog box opens informing us that some data type may be lost because you decreased the field sizes. Well, because of all the values in the visit ID, patient ID, and reason fields contain the same number of or fewer characters than the new field size properties you set for each field, you can just ignore this message. Do you want to continue? Heck yes, we do. So we click yes, and we're able to now save our changes that were made to our visit table. Now in our views group here on our design tab, let's go ahead and select that and change this to our datasheet view, or we can just simply click the icon there. And we go back to our datasheet view and we can see what all the work we completed was. We can see that we have a walk-in ? now. That's a caption that's being displayed for this field here. We can see reason/diagnosis has been changed there. So we have that. If we go back and look at our other view, you'll see reason. We click on there. The caption we want displayed is reason diagnosis, even our field name is actually reason. We go back and there is reason/diagnosis as our caption as we so desired. Once you have completed this, you can click the Close button here on our Object tab to close the visit table. And now we see that we have our full work area available to us.